This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Clueless Day Trading Frank. It's approximately 8:35 p.m. on an extremely chilly and cold waterfront here in Jersey City, across from New York City, and it's unbelievably cold. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the weather. This is our midweek webinar, extended by a day after the events of yesterday. So it's a good time to look at what the markets are doing. Lots of great technical setups, lots of huge moves, some that we're catching, some we are not, but that's what we're going to talk about. Full disclosure, this is purely for financial education, not for any solicitation or advice. So let us begin. Thank you for attending, Chris, Mike H, and Redline. You guys have full access to the audio and the screens in the back? Yes? You guys can hear me? Okay, I assume it's a yes. You guys are fully connected, correct? Redline.
Yes, I see.
Yes, sir.
There's a bulls and bears.
Good. The only reason I asked that because sometimes there are technical issues, just like with any other technology, and I'm talking and then people can't see the screen and then I have to like recalibrate and all that stuff. All right, so what's going on? The markets are on a complete tear. They are going nuts in many cases. Overall, there are so many things moving so fast that I do not have the capacity in money or in mental capacity to keep track of them. I'm trying to show some of them which are working really great, coming off the bottom, showing the ones that are still making new highs like Square, Apple. Well, Apple's not making new high. And it's just crazy. Tesla, something that I looked at months ago, haven't been in it for about 2 weeks now, making highs going to almost $900. 829, 834 after the market closed today. So the sole reason behind, just so you understand how the markets work, the sole reason behind the flash crash on Monday, which I called to the teeth and I told you all to buy, and now we're making new highs on a Thursday, on a Wednesday. It started off the bottom on Monday afternoon. And the people who bought selective trades, whether they bought the SPY, IWM, QQQ, like I reiterated over and over again and suggested that if you do not want to play individual stocks, just buy the indices. They are up a lot. So what happened? Was it just the fact that Biden won? Was it the fact that we had some major crazy turbulence in in Washington, D.C. yesterday, which was kind of pathetic, if you ask me? Okay. So, no. The fact is that a lot of the big money, the so-called smart money, were dumb money. They were short the market. They were short the market. Even though Wall Street was a huge donor to the Biden campaign, but they also were huge donors to the Trump campaign. I know that for a fact. Trust me. But the fact that most of the hedge funds were short the market, saying a Biden win would crash the market because you'd raise taxes, you would put environmental regulations, you would do this and that, socialize healthcare, all garbage. I talked about this months ago, that Wall Street and the big money and the global money don't care. And the global money actually follows us. They don't care because they know that Biden and his boys are in bed with the big money, just the way Trump is. But big money can change sides very, very quickly. All is fair in the game of life, right? So they will change sides. They know Biden's not going to raise taxes and stop the US economy on its tracks, which would be the stupidest thing they could ever do. So the left-wing socialistic agenda of a part of the Democratic Party, of the Dems, are not going to be the ones in control. So the hedge funds got effed. They got screwed. And they went nuts. I have seldom, and I've been doing this for a while, seen stocks, infrastructure stocks, for example, Caterpillar, okay, things that we traded weeks ago, months ago, up 11, 12, $13. URI, United Rentals, that we were trading in the 170s, 180s, trading it for 10, 15 points, now closing into $270. Because Wall Street knows when to change sides and just pump the pump. Can somebody tell me what the biggest bubble right now is going on? Which asset class?
$1,000 renovation.
Bitcoin.
Exactly. We talked about Bitcoin in the last webinar that you were there, right? Who was that who answered? Redline? Who was that who said Bitcoin?
No, sir, not me.
I did.
Right. And what was the way to play Bitcoin that we made some really decent money on and still making money on?
Well,
Was the people...
Squares one, Riots one.
And the other one,
Monster.
I will tell you the other one, which is Marathon Patent Technologies, MARA. Thank you for answering that question, my friend Mike. Exactly. I am not going to go out there and buy one coin at $30,000. I'm not that rich, and neither am I. I'm not going to do that. I bought my son years ago in 2017 2 coins. I won't even tell you what price. You go look it up. And look where it is today. Bitcoin is the ultimate bubble. But here is the thing. The beauty
Thanks,
about
Dad.
yeah, well, I didn't get that thanks yet, seriously. So my point is that bubbles are fun while you're in it as it's rising. Bubbles are never fun when it pricks. So my point is, when is the bubble going to prick and burst? Probably it's not going to do that. Bubbles, probably do that on a short-term basis. I don't know. But I do know one thing, that the bull is charging in the face of all these bears. Okay, all these bears. That was the institutional money management community, specifically the hedge fund community, who shorted the market to kingdom come on every single sector, thinking that if Biden won, we would be in a complete hellhole. And they were so wrong. And that is why the market is up hundreds of points every single day. And I can't even look at my screen and say, oh my God, why am I not in this and that? And I'm trying to catch up on the ones that we're on. And we're going to talk about a few stocks today, which are coming off the bottom, which will be the next Teslas. Okay? If Tesla goes to $1,000 today, tomorrow, that's a 20% move, 25% move. How about giving you a 100% move on a stock, which is just starting to move up? Can somebody tell me which that one is? Because I did alert that repeatedly over the past couple of days. All right, no problem. We'll look at it. I'm looking at things like AI, which fell apart last week. Still had few amount of the calls left. Calls were up almost 250% today because the stock went up from 120 to 135. That's just one example. CrowdStrike, forget about it. The 225 calls, 158%. It's not even funny what I see on the screen, but I am only grabbing slices of them. And many of you are also doing well. And many of you, some of you, are just sitting there saying, well, I'm too busy, I'm doing this, I have this project or that project. Dude, make money while the sun shines. And the sun is shining. The hedge funds are getting squeezed, means that they are forced to buy back everything they shorted. This type of stuff doesn't happen because all of a sudden mom and pop woke up and said, oh, I love President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Very smart people, by the way. Don't take me the wrong way. I'm a true patriot American, okay? And a very hardcore Republican. And I do believe that, and I won't into the politics of it, I do believe in the latter stages, President Trump really effed up. I wish I was his advisor directly in his ear. He would have won. But that's not my problem. That's their problem in Washington, D.C. So the point is that things are moving way too fast. Energy stock. Told you guys to buy EOG. Did anybody buy EOG? Remember? I told you guys to buy EOG when the stock was around like 50 something. Stock hit almost 60. Cheap calls. Cheap calls. Small accounts can grow big with buying call at 150 and selling it at 4. Okay. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do. Let's talk about positivity. Let's talk about what we can do going forward. Are you guys all with me?
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a serious bull market. It's going to have corrections. It's going to have intraday volatility, 200-300 points down. Crazy day like Monday. And nobody wants to look at the screen. Feels like crap. And this is what happens. So what really happened? Because we have to see the pattern symmetry. Like I said directly on my past webinar, technicals is not the perfect science, but it does pattern recognition, recognizing patterns. A child, like I've said that a zillion times on my webinar, can see patterns better than adults, because adults are full of mush and garbage in their head. We all are, because we have to deal with real life. A child just has to look at something and say, I see the pattern. So if you have young children, I don't have any. I just have a son who's 22. He's no young anymore, right? But I can show him the charts. He'll be like, Dad, shut the heck up. If you have a young child, show them my charts, and believe me, they will be better forecasters than I am. Exactly. So let's review what happened. This was the 18th. Oh, this one I'm looking at. Flash crashes. I showed you the pattern symmetry from December 20th, and I said 9 days. Listen, I'm not God. I'm a fighter just like all of you are, trying to make some money to pay the bills and hopefully make a lot of money. Stay humble and keep trading. So I showed you the December 20th symmetry with what happened right at the beginning of the year, which I believe was, what was Monday? Monday was the 4th. The 4th. Okay? Right there. We could have slipped and slided. I showed the charts, everything. I was dead right. My charts overall are so dead right. Sometimes they happen faster, sometimes they're a little bit slower. It's not even funny. The thing that all of you have to do is to have the discipline to manage those positions. And I'm not making small talk here because I got a nice dinner waiting for me downstairs. Okay? Or a nice drink waiting for me out on the patio. And nice dogs waiting for me to jump over me. So I don't need to do these webinars, to be honest with you, because everything that I'm talking about is already on the real-time Twitter feed. And you guys are smart people. Chris gave me riot that we traded along the way here and there from $5, $6, $7. It is at 23. Run with your own confidence. Mara told you guys to buy it at 9 or 10. It's at 23. And some of them are just coming off the bottom, which we're going to look at tonight. Where is the confidence? So the point that I'm trying to make, like I made on the last webinar too, that the markets are on a major technical breakout. You can see that right here. This was the pattern symmetry that I kept on saying. And I put out multiple tweets saying 9 days. Well, it's 9 days. All right. Look at this. It's a pattern I can see. So go with your own ideas too. Don't underestimate your intellect. Use what I talk about. I'm being very passionate right now, okay? Use my tools, my charts, my ideas. Use your own ideas to mix them up and go with it. Stop freaking out just because you're down on, let's say you put $2,000 on a trade or $1,000 on a trade or $500 on a trade and you are down 30% because of an intraday volatility. That's when you use my chart to see whether or not it's an actual technical breakdown or whether it's not. I put it through every single day, 15-minute chart. I mean, my ultimate trading charts to show you the background, what's happening in the market, both on the S&P 500 as well as the NASDAQ. Those are the two that I kind of missed out on the IWM Russell 2000, but hey, one thing at a time. So then you look at that and you say, okay, this charts don't look like they're breaking down. I put the comments down, like the patterns and this and that. So you manage your position and go with your own ideas too. There is always a bubble somewhere. And the next section of this webinar, we're going to look at things which are not in a bubble yet. And hopefully we'll get into a bubble, which is really the FU money. Are you guys all with me so far?
Yep. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Good.
Yep.
Good. All right. Thank you. So look at this market. Oh my God. Intense volatility. All these like ascending triangles, inverse head and shoulders, range. This is the range we need to hold. And some of you who want some more deep insight, just sign up for the advanced coaching sessions that I do on the weekends. Not some, well, because the holiday weekend and stuff, they're being kind of pushed back, but sign up for it. Those few $100 that you spend is going to put in thousands in your pocket. Believe me, I have enough testimonials to show that. Because technical analysis is not something that comes naturally to humans. Okay, So this is where we are right now. Futures are up 14 points. Somebody says, where do you think the market's going to go? Well, on looking at this chart, let me ask you guys all a question. Looking at this chart, can you kind of tell where the markets are going to go? Think about it for a minute. Your first answer that comes to your head is the right answer. Looking at this chart, which is a 1 hour chart, which is the ultimate trading chart that I produce for you guys every single day, can you really tell where the markets are going to go? Chris, Mike, Paul, Redline, somebody just spew out the answer.
The moon.
Don't give me that moon shit right now. Seriously, this is not stock twits. Just kidding. By looking at a 1 hour chart, can you really tell where the markets are going to go? Redline?
I think 3,900.
I said look a bit overall, but looking at the 1 hour chart, you can't really tell what the markets are going to be like a few weeks from now. Yes or no? Yes or no? That's all, the only answer that I'm looking for.
Yes.
No. The answer is no. Looking at a 1 hour chart is a trading chart. Okay? That's trading telling you that by the end of the week, we're going to be at 38,119, the upper Bollinger. It's when you have to look at the longer term charts. That's when you try to figure out what's going on. This is a long-term chart of the S&P 500 that I show a lot. This is not rocket science, my friends. Yes, I construct it. I spend a lot of time looking at all the supply demand points and all that stuff, looking at the internals. Everything here on the internals is A-okay. So I'm going to minimize that. I talked about this on my webinars repeatedly. These dotted lines are called acceleration channels. You know, when you're driving your car, doesn't matter what car you're driving, all right, hopefully with some horsepower, and you're going up on a nice ride, upstate New York or wherever you live, like you're driving down the coast, and you hit the pedal to the metal, and you go from driving at 65 miles an hour to 120. Well, that is what these acceleration channels are all about. We are about to not re-enter, enter for the first time, because we're making new all-time highs that nobody believes. And if we enter this acceleration channel, we are going to go. This is the beauty of technical analysis, to what Redline said, 4,000. And that's another 1,200 points on the Dow from here. So that's the bullish part of the picture on the overall market, okay? So when I show this chart, these dotted lines, this is not a joke. This is not kids play here. Even though a child can read these charts, it's not kids play. This is real money at work. Massive bullish engulfing candle breakout off this range. This range, red line is the this red line here is the support. The green line is the resistance. Broke out, big money. Big money went in hard. Today, this was yesterday, today. And like I said, the market is excited with, not necessarily with Biden and Kamala Harris, but excited with the fact that they're going to put in a extra massive stimulus program, which, by the way, President Trump also wanted, the $2,000 paycheck to the average American. The infrastructure project, so we can rebuild our country so it looks like a first world country. Like you go to our airports around in New York, New Jersey, or other places, they look like garbage. Any of you flown overseas, like in Asia or Middle East or whatever? It looks like a palace. You come back to our airports, you're like, what? You just entered the barrios. You entered the slums. Okay? Exactly. Our bridges are crumbling. Our roads, our highways, most of the highways are garbage. The infrastructure project is a multi-billion-dollar project. That's the reason why Caterpillar and United Rentals are going nuts, and the steel stocks too, because they will do it now that they're full control of the Senate. Well, kind of 50-50. Congress and stuff. The worst thing that President Biden-elect can do is raise taxes and hit American business, which I know on the first stage, in the first 2 years of his presidency, he is not going to do. Because that will be the end of his presidency very soon. He's not that stupid, trust me. And I said this months ago, okay? Keeping politics aside. And he's going to put some rapprochement, the fancy word, and some little bit of cooling of the heat with China. And you watch what our tech stocks do, because lots of the business come with China, which is the second largest economy in the world. It's going to go nuts. Paul knows that. Exactly. So yes, so we're about to enter that. Will it be another huge bullish engulfing candle? Well, take it easy. I don't know. But I know that this is a very bullish formation. A very bullish formation. All right, let's talk stocks here. Any quick questions anyone has? One thing I do want to mention is there is a difference between trading and investing. All right? I'm a mixture of both. Our friend, my good friend Paul here, who I talk all the time with, gives me great insights into things, is more of an investor than a trader. So keep that in mind. If you're using trading as a business to pay your bills, like I do, and at the same time I'm an investor looking ahead, then obviously you want to be taking profits along the way as things go nuts, higher. All right? Whether it be Square, whether it be NVIDIA, whether it be so many other stocks, whether it be Boeing, that's up 16 points from the time that I told you guys to buy it, whether it be United Airlines, which shoots up, hits 45, then backs down, but hitting that 45 means that you just made yourself like about 60% on your money. Whether it be Shopify, AI, which is one of my favorite stocks, artificial intelligence, AI, well, the actual company is called AI, C3.ai. It's like Star Wars. Whether it be Airbnb, whether it be QS that I told you to buy at 50s and it went to 73, QS, QuantumScape, Mara. So where it goes. This is a chart of the E-minis on Thinkorswim. Massive, massive. The best part about what is you should go to bed with and feel good about is there are so many opportunities to still make a lot of money, even though the markets are going nuts. I particularly don't like when everything is going up every day. Well, I like that if I have the position and it's going up every day. But every time the markets open up big, I sell, then I get back in. That's the way I do it. And then some of the swing trades, I leave it alone. And I know many of you do the same thing. Why not? If you're getting free money, if you're up 40, 50% in the morning, you wake up, it is 9:30 in the morning, 9:35 you sell, you made yourself 50% or 100% on a trade. Why not take it? Money is never free. At one point, they'll get you. Believe me when I tell you that. Biden or no Biden. I'm not talking about a bear market, but I'm talking about the days that all of a sudden the market's opened up. which you see many days, 300-400 points, and then in the middle of the afternoon, it's only up maybe 50 points. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Exactly. Very right. Now, Paul, as not a short-term kind of trader kind of guy, he has the ability, which I admire a lot, to hold on and say, okay, I'm down a little bit, so what? I'm looking at the long term. I got calls and leaves like going out 6 months. And this is what makes our trading community great. We exchange ideas. I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. But I can predict very well what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month from now, 2 months from now. Because I know Wall Street and the games that they play are extremely dangerous. When people get too excited about the market, about a certain stock, they will come and get you. That's the way it goes. All right, so we have there are multiple patterns here. This is it's called the ascending triangle right there. Beautiful, we broke out of that, so that's a plus. We have a large, if you want to look at it, a cup. We had a handle, big sell-off, handle broke out, big sell-off, double handle, bam. So now we have a huge, it's called a parabolic arc. Look at that, it's like a little moon, crescent. And that's where it goes up to, like Redline mentioned, and I showed before, towards that round number of 4,000 on the S&P 500. And that's another, 1,000, 1,400 points on the Dow. So this is very, very bullish. However, get ready for intraday craziness. Some news comes out, like boom, Look, Biden's an old guy, right? You might hear this, I'm not just saying this directly. He's an older guy. What if he all of a sudden has a medical issue and he's taken to the hospital? The markets will drop 600 points within a second. I'm being serious. I'm a very contrarian thinker. I think outside the box like nobody's business. Okay? What if he has an health issue? He's a healthy guy, but he's old. It's not like a 40-year-old president. One of the reasons the markets, I'm talking business here, loved Obama was he was a young guy. He was a fit guy. Try playing ball with him. He'll beat the ass out of you guys. He was a young guy. He didn't have any health issues. But we got these old guys running the show. So what if he has an health issue? For no reason, the markets are going to drop 600, 2,000 points real fast and then probably try to retract back up. Of course. Think outside the box. I want you guys to think outside the box. All right, so this is all good. Let's take a look at the this is the Nasdaq 100, the broader big cap techs, biotechs and such. Very good looking chart. And I believe that the QQQ goes to 318. This was at the top, pulled back a little bit, but everything else looks good. We're above 80 on the RSI. That means strong underlying momentum. So far, very good. Told you guys to buy Apple. When it was up $2.65, it's up 5. From the time that I told you to buy it, you're up about 46%. Intraday, just buying Apple. All right, let's look at stocks here. Let's bring in some charts and let's do this. Let's do this. I don't want to stay up too long tonight. All right, first one that came up is Shopify. Stock's going higher. Shopify supposedly just took down the Trump merchandise store. I just saw an article on that. Like, whoa, okay, fine. Because every single Trump merchandise is going to be a collectible. So hopefully you guys got some, because those are going to be worth thousands of dollars on eBay just a few months from now. All right, if you want to think of it from a business standpoint. So, but anyway, that's nothing to do with Shopify. Shopify had a big. We were trading it all the way, taking profits. Then the stock shot up to 1285. This stock is a $1,400 stock. Okay, mark my words. That's just the way it goes. I'm going by charts. I'm going by the fundamentals of the company. I'm going by the fact that on the daily, the stochastics are just turning. Now, I know the options are expensive, but hey, you could buy one way out of the money and just sit there. Patience and discipline is what makes swing trades big money, not jumping on a hot tin roof every 15 minutes as the market zigzags its way higher. It's a discipline that is very difficult to master. I will tell all of you that. I don't care how long you've been in the market and stuff, you're all jumpy. So am I sometimes, if I have a larger position. But I have learned to master the art of patience. Patience, grasshopper. Okay? That's how you defeat your opponent, which is the algos and the volatility. So Shopify, look, this is just about to turn. Now there's going to be back and forth, down 5, down 10, whatever. But look at the swing chart. Buy calls into March, February, Valentine's. You think people are not going to buy stuff from Shopify during online shopping? Yes, big time. Big time. A huge, massive candle breakout after. Let me just draw this out for all of you. It went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. This is a heavily volatile stock, big money stock, big baller stock, but you need to know how to handle it. This is a high horsepower stock. Okay. Went from 1285, retested the 34-day moving average and these dotted lines, which are the acceleration channels. It hit exactly those levels, somewhere around 1090. In one day, the stock is up 73 frigging dollars. This candle is 73 frigging dollars. And yes, it might ease back a little bit and stuff, but as long as this candle is this fat green, this is known as a bullish engulfing effing candle. Green, green. Big money went in. Stochastics about to turn. This stock is good for 1200, good for 1250, good for 1300. Find the call a month out that you can afford to buy. And go with it, because it will pay the bills for you. All you have to do is sit there and not watch it every 5 minutes. This is serious, okay? First move is around 1200. That's, 41 points from here. Nothing for Shopify. It was up $73 today. This is a falling wedge breakout. We have played multiple falling wedge breakouts, including this one back from October. And this is what the stock did. And that's when it was at 905. The first time that we bought Shopify, first or second time, like in the past couple of months, was when it was $895, $900. The stock went to 1100. Don't mess with these monsters. Okay, next. This is Shopify Junior, coming right off the bottom. I don't like using the word love, because I did tell myself on the last webinar we shouldn't fall in love with something, but from a technical basis, I love it. Why? Because I know what my downside is. If you know how much you're going to lose, then the ride to Mars or top or moon, like I can, somebody said that off to the moon or whatever, okay, is understandable, is quantifiable, not understandable, quantifiable. I'm giving you money in your pocket if you have the patience and the discipline to do some serious swing trades. I have shown so many, it's not even funny. Whether it's Blink from $9, whether it's GME from $6, $7, hitting 20, and now at 18.40. Whether it's Square when the stock was at 190, now it's 240. Whether it's Tesla, which I missed over the last 2 weeks, I slap myself every single day. You want to know like what a professional trader like myself feels like? Really crap, even though I had a good day and many good days. I had the 780 calls yesterday on my screen at around $4 to $6. So let me buy a couple of them. Let me buy one of them. Let me buy two of them. I don't care. This is expiring on Friday. Can somebody tell me when the 780 calls on Tesla went to? Because I don't think any of you did that either. They went to $38. So if you put $6,000, you would have 38,000 frigging dollars. In fact, it went to, $38,000. If you put $600, you'd have $3,800. And some of my very few, very large traders who put 60,000, they would have $380,000. This is reality of what's going on. This is well beyond Bitcoin. I felt like crap that I didn't have any position on that. Repeatedly for 3 days in a row. And some of you should feel like shit. Because I did keep on showing the Tesla chart here and there. All right, doesn't matter. So here's Shopify. Just starting its journey. Overall, the floor, and this is a real company. It's not a big, small cap penny stock company out of New Jersey or Colorado or Vancouver, which was the penny stock capital of the universe many years ago. Vancouver, Canada, I'm talking about, or Colorado, which was the penny stock capital of the world also many years ago, or Long Island, where a lot of the bucket shops and the chop shops are, right? The boiler room, there's still some of them around, trust me. So the thing is, they're a real company. Real smart nerds building software platforms for Facebook and for other great companies. Instagram Shop are run by Shopify, big commerce software. That's the reason why the stock did this, and we caught a whole bunch in the middle. So if you buy something like this and just sit there for a month, for 2 months, and the stock goes up to 80, the stock just started moving just in the past couple of days. What I'm talking is it getting through all your heads, my friends, because this is the reality of how you make big effing money. Yes or no? Somebody? Red line? Mike? Chris?
I'm with you.
Good. This gap will be filled. Whether it's 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, I don't know. Maybe they'll get bought out. If Shopify does get bought out, I mean, not Shopify. Shopify can't get bought out. It's too expensive right now. It will get bought out of 110, big commerce. Whichever the case, just freaking trade it. Enough said. And this is what it did over the last, if somebody's like, okay, I'm going to trade it short term, fine. Good. You could have bought it at 57 on Tuesday, 2 days ago, and now it's 65. That's a goddamn nice move in the options as well as on the stock. That's $8, $9. What are you waiting for? Everybody's waiting for perfection, but when it comes, nobody buys it. This is perfection down here. Well, all of a sudden the company's going to go out of business after their contracts with Facebook and so many other great companies? Do your own due diligence. Next. And I'm not just showing winners. I'm showing things that will make you real money going forward. Anybody could jump on a moving train and say, oh, look at that. Everybody's a friggin' genius because Tesla's going higher, right? You go on stock tweets, you go on other community forums, Reddit, and all those places. Everybody's a friggin' genius. Everybody's into one thing. And it's fine because herd mentality can work for a certain time. And it's a great company, which I've always said. I'm talking about Tesla. It'll probably go to $1,000 if you can afford the options. But in between, get ready for some heartbreaks. Everybody's a genius when something's moving higher. How about people here at Clueless Trading? We also like to showcase things which are coming off the bottoms and about to go nuts, like Schrodinger. Does anyone have this stock that I've been showing repeatedly? What a beautiful chart. Does anyone have it? Just say yes or no. I'm not picking on you. Chris, did you ever buy a single option or share of Schrodinger?
No, I didn't get into it.
Okay, Mike.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, I've owned the stock periodically,
Okay, Paul.
and I always
Well,
thought you
Paul
were going to name
doesn't
one
look
of
at
your
these
cat
type of,
Schrodinger.
doesn't matter. Paul doesn't look at these type of stocks, so I understand that. Redline.
Yeah, I have some.
Good. So out of 4 people, 1 person has it, which means the stock's gonna friggin' go nuts because nobody talks about SDGR. And I've been telling people to buy this friggin' thing all the way from 60, 64, 70. Now it just broke a massive downtrend line and it's going to 100. And guess when CNBC is going to start talking about? Right when it crosses over 90, 95, all of a sudden, it's going to be a media star. Exactly. What a beautiful chart. And the reason why we got into it, because when it first came public, if you all remember, the stock came public around 25 and it shot up to 53 within 2 days. And we're like, wow. And then we caught a whole bunch in the middle. This is a company which is out of this world with what they do. It's like AI. It is artificial intelligence. Schrodinger, Bill Gates backed company. And here is a large cup. Here is a handle. And 99% of people are not in it. Okay, that's fine. Meet me at 100. Meet me higher. All right? Do what you need to do. Next, let's talk about a couple of things that are going to go nuts. NIO. NIO is about to go ballistic. NIO is China's Tesla. Do I sound like Donald? China's Tesla. Exactly. China's Tesla. I'm not kidding around. This stock is gone. Gone. Because with Biden now in power, he's not going to start another massive tech war with China. Paul, myself, we discuss this all the time. He's not. Neither is going to be that easy on China, but he's not going to be tweeting out saying Xi looks like a frog kind of tweets. All right? Premier Xi. And insulting the Chinese. The last thing that the Chinese or the Asian or any nationality needs is insults. Because these are nations which are growing faster than us. And yes, they have taken advantage of us. But so have we taken advantage of them for years in a row. Our greatest S&P 500 companies, including Starbucks, including Apple, including everyone, grew their fastest sales in China. Am I lying? No. It's a fact. We penetrated their markets because they have 4 billion plus people, and we have, what's our, what's the population of the US? Does anyone know? Mike, you probably know this.
I'm sorry, I stepped away for a minute.
Okay, no problem. Our population in 2019 was 328, call it 400 million. We're 400 million people. They're 2 billion, so not 4 billion, 2 billion plus people. It's a market open for business. America grows on business. Make America great again means make American business great again. Exactly. We are 400 million people overall, and there are 2 billion plus people. NIO is gone. Want to catch the next Tesla? You're looking at it right here. Now, here's the problem. A lot of retail traders like NIO. So what happens is the Wall Street investment banks and the market makers will screw around with you at times. Short-term price target, 70. Okay? So they'll screw around with you. Certain days, they'll just pull the stock down for no reason. But with Biden in power, he's not going to start another trade war with China. I know that. He's not going to move the tariffs either. That's going to stay. But he's not going to be sending out a midnight tweet saying that the Chinese government is a bunch of assholes, which I never liked anyway. You know that. I'm very critical about what China has done with many, many issues. But every developing company will do whatever it takes to make themselves grow, just the way we did 100 plus years ago. We took full advantage of the world. So why can't a developing country take advantage of an advanced country like us? Canada, that Paul lives in, has taken advantage of us so many times. Okay? So it's nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with the ethnicity of the country. It is just the way it is. That's how business works. Business is about unfair practices. You heard it here first. You want fair? Like I said, go to a friggin' circus, all right? Go watch a nice little movie on Netflix. There is nothing fair about business. It's cutthroat. Russia has taken advantage of us in many ways. Vietnam has. Okay? So let's not just point a finger and say, oh, you know, they did this and that. We took full advantage of them, made ourselves billions and billions of dollars, and then we say, no, you're the bad guy. Bullshit. Look at yourself in the mirror and you know exactly what I'm saying. This stock is going to 70. I'm going to do a Fibonacci retracement. I believe it is a, well, very easy to say, $100 stock, but most probably it will be. And please do your own due diligence. They have a weekend investor day this coming weekend. I saw a couple of pictures of the cars. I'm like, holy crap. And I've been trading NIO here and there, but now I'm really getting excited. I've been telling you guys to buy NIO. Did anyone own my NIO calls? The 55 and the 60 calls that have done very well over the past couple of days. Has anyone?
I've owned the stock.
Okay, sit with it. Anyone else involved in NIO? Tell me no. Please tell me no. Because I want a no answer. A no means that it's going higher. I don't want people to, I want people to make money. But when I hear a no, it excites me. That means it's going higher. So is that a no? Truthfully speaking.
Yeah, you could call it that.
I'm sorry, what?
You could call it that. No.
Don't give me a political Washington, D.C. answer. What do you mean you can call it that? No. So good. Now you have a chance to make some FU money. All right? If you have patience and discipline. This stock on a Fibonacci level, I'm telling you what it's going to go. And meet me there, okay? Stocks go higher because they are. Why is this doing this crap? Hold on. Stocks go higher because they are under-owned. That's when stocks really go higher. When they get over-owned, that means everybody owns it. That means they're way overbought. So the fact that what I'm hearing from just a small sample of people is very good news for me. Thank you very much. Because when everybody likes that same old stock, then who else is there to buy it? Finally got this. Do you guys understand what I just said? Well, it's not that difficult to understand. On a max Fibonacci level, you're looking at $97, $100. This stock right now on a short-term basis, intermediate term basis is, is creating, just starting. This stock has actually outperformed Tesla. Did you know that? This stock, wish I was there at that time, $2 on April of 2020 during the COVID crisis. NEO was $2 frigging dollars. It's at 53. From a percentage standpoint, that's 2,700%, 2,600%, far higher than Tesla. But you don't hear that in the media, do you? Do you guys? It went from 2 to 57. Wake up and smell the coffee. Like I said, I'm not Anthony Robbins. I can change your mindset. 70 bucks near term. Longer term, 100. What's longer term? 5 years? Bullshit. Few months. Less than that, maybe. How long did it take Tesla to double? Few months. Stock, 54 bucks. First level of contact is breakout over the highs, which is 57.66. Buy some long dated calls going into February, January 15th, February 19th, March, whatever. Okay? Don't sit there, scratch your head and say, what the hell's going on? Let me show you the internal of what is about to happen. This is beautiful. Just the MACD just turned 4 or 5 days ago. 4 or 5 days ago. You want the next Tesla of China? Listen, there's room for multiple electric vehicle companies in the world. But the top two, in my opinion, the top is Tesla. The second is NEO. And NEO's coming to the US very soon. You seen the designs? They look like friggin' Lamborghinis. I'm like, wow. Tesla, you know, many of my neighbors have Teslas. It's not that beautiful a car. It looks very plastic. Have you ever seen a Tesla? Have you driven a Tesla? Like you look at the way, you know, it's very plastic. Not that I care about hybrid vehicles, but hey, that's the future, I guess. But this cup and handle, somebody please tell me, what is the bottom end of the range? What's this number? Red line, come on, man. Time to wake up.
38.
38. What's the, this is what you call the range breakout thing. What's the top?
57 and a half.
Make it 58. So 38, 50, 38, what's the range here? 38 to 58. What's the range? Come on, depth of the range.
The kitchen's tiny.
$20.
20.
Thank you very much. It wasn't that difficult, was it? Okay, good. So add 57. So once the range breakouts, and you know this works big time. I've shown this in multiple stocks on swing trades. So add $20 to 58. Just round it up to 58. Okay? What's $20 to 58? Is 80. 80, right here. Okay? 58 plus 20 is 78. Stock will first go to 70, then it's going to go to 78. It's going to happen very fast. Very frigging fast. So keep on knitting the sweater and wondering why you don't buy certain things when I keep on showing them. Next one. Because this EV thing, now with the clean energy push, with the blink, which is almost kissed 50, pulled back, like sitting there, is going to probably go to 60, 70 bucks. We'll look at the chart in a second. So many other stocks. All right. Plug that I don't trade. The stock's going through the moon. Fuel cell. Why think they're going higher? Next, the other one that I told you guys I've shown before is Workhorse, which Paul owns. Stay with me 1 second. I'll be back. Actually, let me set up the chart so you guys can look at it. Okay, Workhorse, daily. Okay. Whoa. Look at this. This is a stock I've traded twice. I haven't traded it lately, but who cares? It's not where it's coming from. It's where it's going. This is your range. And you guys, somebody, when I come back in about 2 minutes, somebody tell me, let me clean out these lines so it's clean. Somebody tell me, based on the range breakout and the cup and handle and everything that's going on, where this stock can go. Remember, the range is here, 15. Upper end of the range is 30 to 31. Do your math. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hello.
Okay, I'm back. Where's the stock going? Anyone do the calculation? Come on, guys. Are you guys with me so far? Chris?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how to do the calculation.
I've showed this like a zillion times in my webinars. Come on, wake up, Chris. All right, you're a very talented gentleman. You know that. $31, top end of the range. Bottom end of the
Oh,
range
yeah.
is 15. Okay, that's $15. The stock is going to go to 45, and it's going to go to 45 really fast, because the fastest movement is on these EV companies, and I'm going to draw a line and see if it hits 45. Watch. I don't make this up. It hits 50. The stock is going to go to 50 bucks. Get in there and just sit there. Buy a couple of months of time and just sit there. That's how you get rich. You don't get rich by, jumping around, doubting everything that's happening. This range breakout is coming. Next one is now the Chinese company called Lixiang Auto or something. Just starting its journey. The stock is good for 40 and 48. 40 and 48. I know Paul loved it because I just showed 45 on Workhorse. There you go. Simple stuff. You don't have to do heavy duty technical analysis. The stock will hit 40 very fast. I'm talking about days. It just broke above its 34-day moving average. Here's your 50-day moving average. What if the 50 crosses over the 34 as it's moving higher? These calls are still cheap. Buy them. Here was your downtrend line. Broke out at around 30. Internals, beautiful. Heavy accumulation, heavy momentum. MACD, wow, the first green candle. The first green candle right there, right there. Right there. Like they say, you can take a horse to the watering hole. You can make it drink. That's the problem with retail traders, which is not a problem, which means despite the market making new highs, despite stocks going berserk, the majority are still falling behind in a big way. And what I said on the last webinar, I mean it. Risk got to be aggressive on real companies with real charts. Not sit there and doubt every move that you make. Self-doubt is the ultimate profit killer. You know that. Stock is gone. Next one is Nikola, which is just coming off the bottom. Just coming off the bottom. Governor Newsom of California just mandated that a good bunch of their clean energy initiative, they're big into clean energy in California. Some part of it should be in hydrogen fueled batteries. And this is where Nikola comes in. It's had its major issues. It's coming off the bottom, like I said about 30 minutes ago. When you know what the bottom is, you know where to make money. So let me get this thing set up for you all. This stock, Nikola, has its fair share of issues with GM and everything. MACD's just crossing over. McLaren oscillator just turning up. This is just still got ways to go. The stochastics. Volume's picking up. And the stock is just coming off a severe bottom at 1356. It's at 17. It will cross over the 34-day moving average at 1950. And there's a gap fill here at around 22 to 27. Don't sit there and just waste your brain cells. Buy a few cheap calls and just sit there and let it do the job for you, which is making money. And can it get back to 38? Who knows? It probably will. These are real companies. These are great American companies. Want to be a freaking patriot? Instead of wearing instead of doing stupid things, buy American companies. Downtrend line is at 24. I give you that right now. And there's a whole bunch of them. There's Correction, KXIN, XPEV. Wow, that one was up a lot. Xpeng Auto. Now, why is Xpeng Auto? I'm not asking the question. I'm going to answer it myself. Xpeng Auto is another one on the daily, which is just starting its journey. These are real companies. And the China-US relations are going to be better. And they are going to make a shitload of money. Some of them will enter the US market. I know NIO's models will enter the US markets, and I know cars, believe me. And my son knows cars. He's a car designer. Okay? And those models are unbelievably beautiful. This stock is good for $49. That's $5 in your pocket with options about 120%. You don't want to take it? What are you waiting for, your welfare check? From the government, the stimulus check? Come on, wake up, work for your money. And once it crosses over 34, the moving average, you're looking at 51. Now, the reason why XPAV is very interesting because I own, and we own, and hopefully some of you own, a company called LiDAR technology, laser, which is in a massive triangle formation right now and attempted to break out over that at 33.48. We'll go to 35 and 40. The definition for LiDAR, I actually found out exactly what LIDAR means. Okay? Stands for light detection and ranging. LiDAR, light detection and ranging, is a remote sensing method, I'm reading off Google, that uses light in the form of a pulsed laser to measure ranges, variable distances to Earth. LiDAR technology, originally Elon Musk said, nah, I don't want to do that. It's serious stuff. It can be used in cars, it can be used in cell phones, it can be used in many, many different things. Stock is cheap, just coming off the bottom. It's basically it, guys. I can spend all night, like, going on and on. Any other quick stocks you guys want to see? Because I showed you some great great stock that are just coming off the bottom. You don't need to be the herd. Staying late night, making stupid comments on stock twits and other community forums, trading forums, trying to sound smart. Gotta do what makes you rich. Exactly. Everybody's a friggin' genius when the markets are going higher. Who's the one talking about things that are coming off the bottom? All right, any quick stock that you want to see? Because I got to sign off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You had, you alerted to IPOE.
Oh, I just want to show one more before I see our ITOE. Hold on. This is a serious thing that I asked you guys to. No. IPOE. What do I have there? Okay. This is serious stuff going on. Chamath Palihapitiya. I can't even say his name. He's a Canadian American, a Canadian Indian American, multi-billionaire, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, made billions of dollars on Facebook and PayPal, and this is his SPAC. Keep an eye on this guy. Google him. He thinks that in 20 years, Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million. He's not kidding. He owns the Golden State Warriors NBA team. The guy's worth God knows how many billions of dollars. This is a serious thing because a SPAC means he's going to have different companies involved in it and going forward. This stock went up like berserk. I am late. I'm not late. I mean, I got in today, right around here. I told you guys to buy it around 17. Stock closed at almost 20. And then this morning, it took off at 10:30. It was at $12. So I'm not that much of a genius to figure out to buy it at 12. I bought it here when I told you guys to buy it, and it's at 20. You can buy the stock, you can buy the calls.
Yeah. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm here. So what's the symbol that you
Yeah.
want me to look at?
Well, it looks like people are already jumping the gun on his next SPAC, which is IPOF.
Right.
And,
He
that's
does he does all these different types of SPAC. Yeah, there you go. And this one moved a lot slower, 12 to 13. I would go with the first one. He just incorporated Sophie, that's the SOFI, you know, the social finance company, inside the SPAC. They were on CNBC. So this one is also great. You can buy any of his things because this guy is a friggin' genius. I like the other one more, the IPOE, but it doesn't matter. These are like buying high energy mutual funds with guys who are already multi-billionaires, and his company is called Social Capital. He's big into clean energy, and he's big into Tesla. He's big into Bitcoin, and he's rich. And he's this little guy, you know, that you just pass in the street and say, hey, what's going on? The baller. All right, what was the symbol you wanted me to look at? It was started with the I.
Well, that was it. It was IPOF was the next one.
Oh, okay, that's the one you wanted me to look at. Okay, great. So we
Yeah,
have
well,
two
no,
choices.
it was the E. You just went over it, but I figured we'd talk about the F one too.
Right. I got it. And these all came public like recently. This one came public, very, you know, 10 to 13, up 30%. Nobody gets excited about that. But hey, IPOE. Funny that you mentioned a symbol that I was just going to mention. Wow, that's great, man. We're thinking this alike. So this one is up 100. This one's up 90%. Okay. And the other one is up. The other one is up 30%. Both good. I like this one more. And both are new, December, the SPACs. And no one's talking about it. When the media starts talking about it, see you later. He does come on once in a while. He talks. Okay. Anything else? Paul, you want me to check one of your stocks?
Maybe AMD, if I could name one, please,
Yeah,
Frank.
sure. I love NVIDIA, loving it. AMD's breaking out. AMD basically is, like I said, AMD right now is in this range, 87 to 97 or 98. Let's call it, let's call it 88 to 98. So add another 10 points. AMD is good for 100, and AMD is good for at least retesting the highs, but more importantly, 107, 120. Now, only thing keep in mind is because of listen, there is a limited amount of capital sloshing around the market, right? Trillions of dollars. And so some of them are getting a little excited about the new generation of companies that we talked about. So that's something to keep in mind. So AMD, yeah, AMD is great, but don't expect a $30 move on AMD like you can see on ABNB or on or $72 move on Shopify. And 1 second, like Airbnb can easily move up in one day, can move up 20, 30 points and get up, literally go up to 175. AMD is fine. So that's great. Those are great investments. Absolutely. Airbnb is good. Look at AI after they sloshed it, just starting to break out. Right there, right there. So here was your downtrend channel, just broke out. I think the stock's going to be 150, 152, and many other of the other stocks that I showed you all. So that's basically it. If you want to play the Bitcoin stuff, we've been playing Mara. I mean, see you later kind of story. I mean, I don't even know how to chart this thing. The only way I can do it is to do a Fibonacci retracement. Redline, if you have any stock things you want me to look at, do it quick because I'm going to bed soon. Mara can go to $35. Riot, jeez, look at these charts.
How about BTSC?
Okay, 1 second. I'm just showing one thing, boss. 1 second. Riot 27, possibly 42. Because if Bitcoin goes nuts, this thing is going to $42. Because the thing with these companies are there's only 6 or 7 companies. There's another one called Can. That's another cheap one that one can buy. Okay, it's an ADR, also on the Bitcoin play. And you can do your own research. Another one like whatever, but I like Riot and Mara because they're more like well known. BTBT, which we did really well on, is just consolidating right now. And this thing can go to 35. It's at 25. Another Bit Digital, another Bitcoin play. Bitcoin's not going away. Yeah, it can have a 10% correction, freak everyone out, but it's real right now because institutions are big into it. Big into it. Okay. Last one. Redline. What was the symbol?
BTSC.
Bitcoin services. Wow. Look at this penny stock. No shit, man. I like it. Buy the crap out of it and sit on it. It's a penny stock, so which means it can go to 0. But hey, this is serious. Just started. It's a penny stock. Everyone's excited. They're buying it. Why not? You can buy 1,000 shares for $300. You can buy 10,000 shares, right?
Correct.
Actually, 1,000 shares. Am I right with my decimals? No, 1,000 shares is $30. You can buy 10,000 shares at $300. Let's buy 10,000 shares at $300 tomorrow. That's it. $10,000 is $350. And this kind of crap can go nuts because that's what's been happening in the market because of Bitcoin. Now, make sure you do your homework and stuff, but don't get too, like I said in the last webinar, don't get too much being an analyst. Go with the flow. If you get into the early part of a bubble, okay, let's say a bubble's forming, little one, little one, little one, little one. You want to be somewhere here. All right, Tesla's a bubble, even a real company. Bitcoin's a bubble. 2 major bubbles happening. Now, so yeah, I'm okay with this, man. Buy, like, do whatever you need to do with 3 cents. You can buy 10,000 shares for $350, right? Redline?
That is correct.
I'm writing the symbol down, baby. Gotta gamble. That's what life is all about. Okay, BT, where's my little sticky? I mean that. BTSC. Got it. You get any other names like that, throw it out at me. I'll look at it. This is no technical analysis. The stock's just going, just starting. Look at this.
Yeah, there's another one that went crazy. I'm in BTCS.
BTC. Remember, when shit like this happens, it's like everybody like jumps in, right? They're like, what the hell? I'll lose $350. I don't care. Okay, BTCS. Holy crap. It's like buying a cheap call, 13 cents, 70 cents. That's a bubble moving. BTCS. Then we should just move the symbol around and call it BCTS. Let's see if there's a BCTS. Screwing around. Hold on. Let me see. BCTS. Invalid. Oops, sorry. Nope, nothing. We couldn't get that. All right. MSTR. Told you guys to buy it. Yes, I didn't put out the buy this call or that call. Remember my last webinar? I know Redline does. You were there. I told you about MicroStrategy when Leah, our European trader, was there. right? MicroStrategy. This was from last week's thing, which was today's Thursday. I did my last webinar on Sunday. Monday I did. Told you guys that this stock was going to 500. Look what's going on. MSTR, the guy has put a significant amount of his treasury cash into Bitcoin. The stock has gone from 400 to 500 in a couple of days. When I showcase some of these stocks, don't wait for me for a freaking alert. Just do whatever you need to do. Options were expensive, but they're up 230%. MSTR, okay? And MSTR is probably going to go to $650. I'm telling you right now, if Bitcoin continues on its ascent, which I think it will, to 50,000 or the round number. Okay? So you got 100 points left on this stock. Do what you need to do. On that note, thank you for attending. You guys are fantastic. Markets are good. Be careful. I don't see any immediate risk because we don't have the Trump tweet risk anymore for now. And Biden, last thing I'll say, gentlemen, and remember what I said today, and talk to me about this 2 years from now. Biden has literally only 2 years to prove that he can do the right thing and the US economy can explode higher, whether it's clean energy, whether it's this, that, infrastructure spending. Because after 2 years, his ass is going to be on the line, because if the economy and Wall Street doesn't perform, he's done. Now, not after 2 years, it's a 4-year term, but I'm just saying the next congressional senatorial elections are 2 years from now. So he's got 2 years. So 2 years between now and 2021 to 2023, we could have a severe bull market. In between corrections, of course. On that note, God bless you all. Have a great night. Get the referrals, get involved, stop analyzing, get involved, make money while the sun shines, and for God's sakes, stop leaving your cash sitting there like a pile of dung. Good night.